This is absolutely nuts. I have all the details and everything you need to know right here in this video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so I do have a few different updates for you in this video, so let's work our way through these one at a time. So first off, a new report that was just released was showing that the average household containing one adult and two kids would need to earn $35.80 per hour just to cover the basic necessities on an ongoing weekly and monthly basis. However, there's one major problem. The average person doesn't earn $35.80 per hour. In fact, the report went on to show what the average hourly wage is right now in the United States in 2022. It's coming in at $31.73 per hour. So we're still about $3 or $4 short of what the actual hourly wage needs to be for the average household and individual just to cover the basic necessities. So you can see a major problem here, right? So basically the low income, the fixed income, basically anybody earning under $35 or $36 an hour is pretty much really struggling right now, which is exactly what we're also seeing from all these other reports that are out there right now. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. When I saw that number that shows the average hourly wage of $31.73 an hour, I was completely shocked. I never ever would have guessed it was even that high. If you would have asked me what I thought the average hourly wage was in the United States, I probably would have said something around $22 an hour. Apparently, I'm really behind the times, and I guess I'm probably behind the times by about 10 years or so, but honestly, I never even knew it was that high. $31.73 an hour is the average hourly wage, which equates to about $66,000 a year for the median household income in the United States. So I totally understand there's a lot of people below that, but again, here's what happens. Generally, what happens to get these averages is there's a small handful of people out there earning $10 million, $20, $30 million a year, and basically that just drives up those averages. So is the average person out there earning $66,000 a year? Probably not, It's just it's a small handful of very high earners that drive all of these averages up. So anyway, that was just one report out there, and honestly, that is absolutely nuts to feel like the average person needs to earn about $36 an hour just to make ends meet right now. I'm not sure about you, but to me, that shows a major disconnect and a major problem. That seems really out of line to me. But again, this is just a report that I found out there. I like to share this kind of stuff with you just because kind of gives you a glimpse as to what is actually going on. Sometimes it's kind of hard to kind of figure out what's going on all around the country, which is why I like to share these reports with you, because if you're in a situation right now where maybe you're struggling or something's going on, please don't feel like you're alone. You're certainly not. The vast majority of Americans right now, and realistically, the vast majority of people all around the world are struggling in a really big way. Anyway, I do have more reports for you and a lot of other really good information for you in this video, but really quickly before we get into that, if you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. I am your one and only daily advocate, and I am very much dedicated to you and this community to continue doing all the research, breaking it all down into these short videos so that you can stay updated with everything going on right now during this very busy time as things are hitting the wire every single day. So again, thanks so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into the rest of these updates. All right, so I do want to talk about another report as long as we're talking about hourly wages. So apparently there is a congressional candidate by the name of Rebecca Parsons. I'll be honest with you, not sure who this person is, but it is a congressional candidate, and apparently she is talking about establishing a new minimum wage at $30 per hour. So that's pretty interesting because Congress is even struggling to get a $15 per hour minimum wage, and now we're talking $30 an hour? So here's what is interesting about this. The pushback on this is some people are coming out saying, okay, if we're going 30, why don't we just keep going and say 50? Why don't we do $50 an hour? Why not $100 an hour? So basically the point it really is okay, if we're going to go for 15, why not go for 30? If we're going to go for 30, why not go for 50? If we're going to go for 50, why not 100, right? So anyway, the likelihood of this happening is probably close to zero, right? Of course, I don't want to be a pessimist. I don't want to say no, but my simple point is Congress is struggling to get a $15 per hour minimum wage actually implemented. The fact of the matter is the likelihood of them getting 30 is, probably a little bit far-fetched at this point. I'm just saying, again, it'd be great. It'd sure help out a lot of people out there at the same time. But one more thing we also need to recognize, and again, I'm just here reporting the news, just telling you what I'm finding with my research. One more thing we have to take into consideration. If the minimum wage was set at $30 an hour, again, it'd be helping out a lot of people, right? But at the same time, here's what happens. Large corporations, small businesses, anybody that would have to pay a $30 per hour minimum wage would have to raise their prices because they need to make their margins. They need to make money. If they're paying $30 per hour as a minimum wage, they have to recover that money somehow, and that means raising prices. So at the end of the day, it's kind of all a wash, right? So you might be getting paid $30 an hour, but you're also going to pay $35 for a burger at Mickey D's. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting at. So again, this is all the information I'm finding in the reports. I'm not simply coming here just making things up and saying, oh, these are my opinions. No, I try to keep my opinions out of this stuff, but rather I share with you the reports and in the information that I'm finding out there that's circling around. So anyway, just something we got to keep into consideration is that, yeah, a large minimum wage would be great, but at the end of the day, it's just going to result in actually rising prices on pretty much everything even more. So essentially we'll be at the same thing at just much, much higher prices. So anyway, as long as we're talking about food for a second, let's talk about another report. Whereas yesterday, the Biden administration pledged $670 million to help alleviate global hunger. So nice that they're pledging $670 million for global hunger. I'm sorry, I guess I missed something, but I'm pretty sure there's some people here in the United States that are hungry too. So again, I'll try to keep my opinions out of this, but I guess I just feel like, seriously, you gotta be kidding me right now. There's so many people in this country, United States, that are really, really struggling right now and need some money, need some support, need some food, and now we're talking about $500 million or more than that. Almost 2/3, well, yeah, 2/3 of $1 billion going out for global hunger. Don't get me wrong, it's a great thing. I just wish that we would really help out some people here in this country as well that are really, really struggling right now, in addition to everybody else around the world, right? Good stuff. Anyway, so that was approved as of yesterday, and it sounds like there might even be more funding coming relatively soon. So I'll keep you posted as I do get more details on all that. All right, so as we're talking about food and things like this, again, came across another report out there that is showing that apparently food banks and food pantries all across the states of California, Illinois, the cities of Chicago, New York, New Jersey, across Florida and Texas, across apparently all of these big cities right now, they're seeing massive surges in people coming out to food banks and food pantries because simply for the points that I've been talking about here over the last couple of days, which is people simply don't have the money right now to cover all the basic necessities. Just like the first report we talked about just a couple minutes ago. The average person is not earning $35.80 per hour. Therefore, prices continue to rise, and the unfortunate decision needs to come in as, can we pay the bills this month, or are we going to put food on the table? Well, I think the obvious decision for most people is, well, I'd like to keep a roof over my head. I can survive on one meal a day. I can maybe cut back on the food a little bit, but at the end of the day, I still kind of want a place to live, right? So unfortunately, people are being put into this position where the decision is coming down as in, are we going to put enough food on the table this month, or are we going to keep a roof over our heads? And unfortunately, you know what I mean? They're sacrificing food, just like I talked about in a report from yesterday. So again, came across more reports today saying, yup, apparently these food banks and food pantries are getting surges of people coming in right now, just trying to fill in the gaps from, not have enough money. So anyway, another sad situation. And honestly, just like I was talking about, that $670 billion that was, $670 million, not billion, $670 million that was pledged yesterday. I just feel like, seriously, we have this huge, problem here in the United States. Honestly, it's almost like a crisis type of situation where so many people are not getting enough food. Why are these people getting neglected? I just don't get it. It just simply doesn't make sense to me. But again, as I've said before in other videos, I'm a very logical person. I literally try to do everything as logically as efficiently as possible. It doesn't work out for me all the time, but that's just how I'm programmed. That's how I'm wired. So to me, to look at this situation, and think about all the people here in this country that could use some extra food, use some extra money. I don't know. I guess it's just really confusing to me. But again, that's just me. It doesn't matter what I think. It's not about me. It's not about my opinions. It's about the updates and everything else, the reports that are coming out there right now, and what is actually going on in this country. So that's something else that I found today. But again, a lot of these reports have been coming out as of recently. Now, something else out of the state of California. If you're in California, you're going to be pretty happy about this one. Oh, unbelievable. So California is, well, a very high tax state for number one, but they're going to be raising the gas tax in the state of California by another 5.6%. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, and what the reports are saying is California already has the highest gas tax in the entire country, 51 cents per gallon. So that's a huge gas tax, 51 cents per gallon, and now they're going to raise it another 5.6%. I'm not laughing at you. Seriously, I'm not. I'm just saying I'm laughing because honestly, it's ridiculous. During a time right now when gas prices in California alone are about $4.50 per gallon on average, and now they want to jack it up again with more taxes on you. I don't know. It just seems weird again to me. It feels like this should be a time where we should be talking about how we can lower gas prices, maybe cut back on some of these taxes for a little while, maybe alleviate some of the pain at the pump, alleviate some of the pressures on everybody's wallet. But oh no, let's raise taxes even more on people that are struggling. I don't know. Once again, doesn't make sense in this logical mind of mine. Oh man. Anyway. So again, I try to keep my opinions out of this, but seriously, I can't help but think of everybody out there right now who is struggling so incredibly badly right now, and it seems like everything that they're implementing is completely opposite of what should be really being done right now. So anyway, it doesn't really make sense to me, but I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to somebody. So anyway, that's what's going on over in California. So some weird things going on right now, and that's why I'm titling this video Absolutely Nuts, because I mean, honestly, all these reports that I went through today seem a little bit nuts to me. But again, what do I know, right? Anyway, these are the reports that I like to share with you just to show you what's actually going on around this country, what's going on out there, some of the things that are being implemented, some of the reports that are being shown or that are showing up, some of the different things that are changing out there, how Americans are actually faring right now, as far as a lot of people are just straight up struggling. And I think that is pretty, ubiquitous across this community, as well as most people out in this country right here, right now. And I always like to share this stuff with you just so that if you are in a situation where you might be struggling a little bit right now, or you don't have enough food, or you don't have enough gas in your car, things like this, first off, I'd really encourage you to, number one, apply for the SNAP program if you haven't done so yet. Otherwise, feel free to hit up some of these food banks, food pantries, places like this, and grab some food. Help fill the gaps. If you need to do that, please take advantage of it. That's why they have these programs and why they have these resources for you. So anyway, as I do get more details on any of these reports or anything else out there right now, of course, I'll be here for you, breaking it all down and to keep you updated in any way that I possibly can. So again, these are reports that I have for you as of right now. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, share this video with your friends, family, social media, and of course, go back and check out any of the other 2,400 videos right here on the channel. Thanks again for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And again, I apologize. I try to keep my opinions out of these videos, but sometimes I honestly cannot even hold back, especially when I see so many people down in the comment section struggling every single day. And then to see these kind of reports where it's so obvious what Congress needs to do, what the administration needs to do, but yet they're not doing it. I don't know. It's so frustrating. You know, I think we're all here together, and I think we can probably all share in the frustration from time to time. So anyway, trying to do what I can for you. But again, thanks so much for being part of the community. Subscribe down below. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later in the next update. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. See ya.